news you really need. Strictly DOCTORJ.com. Hope you're having a beautiful morning. And I'm pretty excited because right now I have a very special guest, a fellow Pepperdine University alum, and a man who needs no introduction, but I'll give him one anyway. He's the author of the book, How to Find Work for the Rest of Your Life. Dr. Chaz Austin, no relation to Stone Cold Steve Austin, I don't believe, right?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Well, Dr. Chaz, you've been a longtime friend of the Strictly Business Show back in the days when I did it at Rick D's studios.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we had a lot of fun in those days.
Yes,
So
we did.
how have you been all year? I haven't spoken to you in a while. You had some health issues, didn't you?
I had cancer earlier this year, salivary gland cancer. I looked it up. It's like 1% of cancers are salivary gland cancers. Came out of
Is that
nowhere,
right?
no family history. 35 radiation treatments, 5 chemo treatments. It was hell, and I got past it, and I'm cancer free. Yay.
And yay. And we're so good to hear that because when you told me, I said I was going to pray for you, and I did. You welcome.
Everything helps. I'll take anybody's prayers. Absolutely. It was tribute to the medical science and the team at Cedar Sinai Medical Center. But prayers, I'm sure, helped.
Absolutely. Everything can help. All right, Dr. Chaz, let's reintroduce you to the Strictly Business universe. You've helped people find work. Tell us your story. Give us your elevator speech.
I'm a career trainer, is the way I describe myself. The employment landscape is going into the gig economy, and people have to learn how to market themselves. And I train them how to do that. I do that with private clients all over the world. I do that with courses I teach in person. I have 3 courses on LinkedIn Learning on how to find, keep, and leave a job. And this is my 3rd book, How to Find Work for the Rest of Your Life. And I do a lot of speaking and so on. So I'm an evangelist for this and for training people in something that they don't want to do and are not prepared to do.
Well, yeah, that's true. So okay, why this? Because I've known you did your dissertation about it. Why did you choose the path, the gospel, if you will, of helping people to find, keep work of all things?
I've been a college professor for about 20 years, and I've taught over 60 courses, not just classes, everything from the history of rock and roll to criminology. And I found a niche. Most of what I've taught has been business and communication. And
Mm-hmm.
the niche I found was we're not preparing people for the workplace. There's a disconnect between high school, between college, and the business world. People are not prepared for the way the employment landscape looks in the 21st century. And I thought I could fill that hole, and I have. I've had enormous success with clients and with students who say, boy, I don't like what you had to say, but you sure woke me up and gave me a path I didn't even realize I needed to take because things have changed so much. The way I put it is they move the goalposts, but nobody told you. So
Yeah.
this is a surprise for everybody, regardless of age or industry, that the old model of corporations or companies taking care of us, like our parents and grandparents may have experienced, that's gone away. So you're on your own. So you have to look at yourself as a business and as a brand. And it's like pulling teeth with both students and private clients. They don't want to know from this. Listen, I did all the right things. I went to school. I got a degree. I got a certificate. I got a license. I know how to dress for an interview. I know what to say. I know what to answer. I deserve a job. Yeah,
Yeah.
but don't work that way anymore. The rules have completely changed. You did all that, but it doesn't mean you deserve anything because corporations don't want to hire people full time. So this is the new route. And I have to train people. I first have to shift their consciousness about this. And then I have to help them change their behavior and think entrepreneurially and think in terms of always marketing themselves. So I tell my clients, you got two jobs, whatever you do, and you're always marketing yourself to people who will pay you for your skill set.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned earlier the gig economy. Now, for people who don't listen to Dr. J on a regular basis, break it down to everybody what the gig economy is.
Good question. Because when I meet people at events, and I give them my soundbite, which is I train people to self market for the gig economy. I have to step back always and go, do you know what the gig economy is? And a lot of people don't. So where the term comes from is 30s and 40s jazz musicians. They didn't work for a company. They had various short-term projects. So it's a recording session one night. It's a, a short stint at a local club. It's a tour for 2 weeks. Those are called gigs. That's been true for the music business. It's also been true for the entertainment business as a whole. Anyone who works in production, it's always project to project. What's happened now is that has now moved over to every other industry, and people they're dumbfounded.
Hmm.
I have to do what now? My parents always they had a job for one company for 40 years and they retired. They got a pension. Yeah, all gone. Yeah, so you have to
Yeah.
think in terms of short-term projects and creating a brand and finding clients. So you always have money coming in and you're not dependent on one company or one boss who, if they look at you sideways, suddenly you're on the unemployment line and you're SOL.
I had the best of two worlds. My mom worked for McDonnell Douglas slash Boeing for 35 years.
Yeah.
I watched her get up and go to work every day. My dad started off at General Motors on the assembly line, but then branched off and started his own trucking and demolition business. And he worked gigs all the time. One day
Hmm.
he's breaking up a driveway. One day he's hauling something away. Something. Another day he's breaking up stuff with concrete saws. So I watched my dad go on the hustle, and he was always hustling. And he always used to say, I got to go bid on this job. He'd take off at a moment notice. I got to bid on this job. And I didn't understand what that meant as a kid, but he was a hustling. He was a gigger. He was trying to get gigs.
That's that's what you got to do now. But now that what your mom had is gone away, so you're in your
Yes.
dad's position, which is you're always hustling for work. You're
Yeah.
always selling your skill set. You're always marketing yourself to the people who are going to pay you for that. And that's a lifelong quest. And the way I tell my clients, what I say to my clients is, once you're dead, you're off the hook. But as long as you want to work, this is this is your life. Sorry, and they don't like hearing this. It really is like pulling teeth. They don't like hearing it. Um, they're angry about having to do it. They shouldn't have to do it. Yada 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 yada. And what really upsets them is when I say, I don't care if you like it or not. I'm not
but
interested
the,
in that. I'm interested
but
in you're making money doing what you're good at. Yes, and this is the path you need to take to get there.
and Dr. Chaz, it's interesting you mentioned that because everybody wants to be rich, right? But you don't get rich working a 40-hour a week job.
No.
It just don't happen. People who get rich work either way more than 40 hours a week or way less than 40 hours a week, but they're doing something that pays them a lot of money. So, how do you break people out of that mindset? I mean, they say, they admire the concept of the lifestyle and the rich and famous, but they just don't have it in them. How do they get it in them? Can you do that? Can you turn that switch for them?
Um, it's a matter of, and this is a key concept, urgency. Is it urgent for them? Are they sick and
Hmm.
tired of going to the office and having to kiss the boss's butt and do all this politicking and meetings and nonsense like that? Are they fed up enough? Yes, I can't force them into it. Gee, I'd really like to be doing something else. That doesn't quite work. Okay. You have to be able to be in a position where, like, I am going to take action now, because that's all that matters is action, not thinking about it, but actually doing something. So, whatever age they're at, and I've worked with people from 14 to 84, regardless of the industry, if you're ready to do that, you will listen. But I can't force you into this. You have to get to a point. Here's the way it's going. I will train you. when you are ready, but it has to come from you. I'm not going into meetings with clients with you. You have to do that yourself. I'll help you define and articulate your brand, and I'll help coach you on how to sell it. But it has to come from you, and it has to be urgent so that you're going to take action and actually do it.
We are speaking with the author of the book, How to Find Work for the Rest of Your Life, Dr. Chaz Austin. Dr. Chaz, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to get into how to get people ready for 2025 in this gig economy. You have got the world famous Strictly Business Show with me, Dr. J, the sexiest business show in the world on New HD Radio. That's how you do it. Give me a second.
Okay.